So here we have the doom metal man itself, Mr. Leif Edling. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's uh, it's a very nice coincidence that we get to speak together, mostly about your 40th anniversary show, headline show in Rock Art Festival, Greece. It's our honor and our pleasure to have this version of Candlemas as headliners on our first ever Rock Art Festival in Greece. Um, how does it feel to celebrate in this way with Messiah Marcolin, your 40th anniversary with this special one-off show in Greece, considering the massive following that you have in our country?
Well, I mean, it feels great. And, we do a 40-year anniversary with many happenings. So this is one of the happenings that we have. So we have a special EP out, with a couple of tracks, and we will have a special line of merchandise out. And, we will do special shows in Sweden. And we will also do the thing with Messiah Marcolin in Athens. So there's several ways we can celebrate. We put a lot of old photos up on social media right now, for example. And I think there's a documentary about CANDLEMASS being filmed during the year as well. So we celebrate in many ways.
Yeah, and uh, I guess that the documentary about Candlemas will have footage from your show in Greece as well.
Yeah, I hope so. The plan is for the crew to fly down to Greece and film it there. So I hope very much that it will be professionally filmed.
Yeah,
Hopefully, yeah.
yeah. Uh, so about this one-off show, uh, can you tell us because many people are asking if there's gonna be something more than that, something more with Messiah, uh, or is it just gonna be a one-off show as we have announced so far?
Yeah, it will be a one-off show, absolutely. And we have no recording plans. We have no reunion plans. There are no plans whatsoever, but just one show and one show only. So that's the entire thought behind it. Go down to Greece, where we have a lot of true fans, loyal fans, and have a blast. Play a great show and enjoy ourselves, and for the 40-year anniversary's sake.
Yeah, yeah,
Not many bands survive to have a 40-year anniversary. So we feel very lucky that we have managed to survive this long.
yeah. That's quite an accomplishment
Yeah.
for the band. And do you see this performance as a perfect closure of the chapter with Messiah?
I think we had a closure like 20 years ago, actually.
But the door opened again.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know that we would survive, 1 year after Messiah left, and we didn't know that we would be playing, 20 years after. So this is a bonus, and it's a bonus for all the people that would like to see us live with Messiah. So why not? Let's
Mhm,
do it. Let's have fun for an evening in Athens.
mhm. Of course. What kind of set list should we expect?
I think we do the classics with a couple of surprises. So I'm sure people will enjoy the set list that we are discussing right now, actually.
Mhm.
But I don't want to give anything away right now.
No,
So
no, no.
let it be a surprise.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't think anybody will be disappointed.
Mhm.
That I can say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. And when you started your career, with Epicus Domicus Metallicus, this album was often cited as the birth of doom metal, of epic doom metal. But this album was also a commercial failure in the beginning. It didn't sell well when it went out. Did you think of breaking up after Black Dragon decided to drop you?
Yeah, I mean, we were on the verge of breaking up or giving up. Um, so it was very close that we did, because nothing happened, and we were after we were dropped by Black Dragon. So we thought we didn't have a future. But Messiah moved up to Upplands Väsby, our hometown, and he kind of kicked our asses and made us, go into the rehearsal room again and made me, write some new songs. And the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. So one of the first things that come to our mind when it comes with Candlemas and Messiah is a video clip of Bewitched, which is one of the most cult videos ever made in heavy metal history. Now that we see it, what do you remember from that when you were filming this video clip, and if you remember any other prominent members of the Swedish heavy metal scene apart from Dead from Mayhem that I already know that he's in there?
Oh no, that's a tough question. I get this question quite a lot from fans and friends, and I can never remember anybody else than Dead. So I'm sorry, my memory is fucked, after so many years. But we were at a Hard Rock Cafe in Stockholm the night before the video, and we were partying, and the video crew went around Hard Rock Cafe and asked all the people in the Hard Rock Cafe, because all the rockers were there, all the people in the bands, and they asked them to come out to this place because CANDLEMASS are recording a video, and they did. So when we went out there, there was a whole bunch of people, ready to doom dance and go crazy, when we were filming the video. And of course, it snowed overnight. So the first day we were filming, there was no snow at all, and everything went smooth. And on the Sunday, when we returned to shoot the second day, we were doing it in fucking snow, half a meter of snow. So that is,
One part, one
that
part
is
of the
so
video.
Sweden. That is so Sweden. You cannot fucking do anything here without fucking snow or ice or anything. So well, it happened, and the video is a cult video now. So maybe if it wouldn't have snowed, maybe it wasn't gonna be such a cult video.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that's adding to the cult status of the video. That
What,
fucking snow problem.
what is the connection of the video clip with Madonna? What was Madonna's opinion about the video clip?
Yeah, I heard that she liked it very much, and she was laughing and thought it was fucking hilarious. So that is what I heard anyway, because Jonas Åkerlund he's really good friends with Madonna, so he showed it to her, and she was laughing her ass off.
And that's why we see half video with grass and half video with snow.
Yeah, and you see Lars Johansson with a with a what do you call it, a plaster on his arm because he just broke his arm the day before, and this girl running around in the video, she disappears after half the video and never seen again. So a lot of things like that. And Messiah was choking in the coffin because he couldn't get out of the coffin. Um, well, just goes on and on and on. So funny.
Yeah. If you could relive one moment from the band's early years, what would it be?
Oh man, we've done so much, great stuff, and over the years, I mean, there are too many to count.
Hmm.
I mean, from the Dynamo Festival to the shows we did at, the first gig at the Marquee in London, uh, and the festivals we played in Germany, at Wacken and Bang Your Head, and the shows we did in Greece, for example, they were absolutely fantastic. So we done quite a few memorable things, in the career. Lots of ups and lots of downs. That's how it goes. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of ups and downs, which were the biggest challenges that Candlemas faced during the 80s and the 90s, which have been, were kind of a difficult time for almost all heavy metal bands.
Well, difficult times. I guess it was when Messiah left. The first time, and also the second time. It's not easy for a band to recover after that. We had quite a few changes of singers, and every time you make a singer replacement, you go through a difficult time. But it's been 40 years, so I think it's also kind of a natural thing, when you have such a long career. So I don't think of it as we have a band with a lot of problems or anything. I mean, if you change a singer every 8 year or whatever, I mean, I think that's quite natural that some members come and go. I mean, if it's not the singer, maybe it's the guitar player or the bass player or the drummer. So this happens in every band on the planet. They change, the personnel. But we are four people playing for 40 years together, me, Jan, Mats, and Lars. And now we have Johan back in the band, and it's fucking fantastic. So I think we're very lucky to have survived these 40 years, and we're lucky enough to still be, regarded as, a headliner band or co-headliner band. And we play great shows for a lot of people. And every gig we play, we have all the hands in the air and people are sharing. So make me feel fucking fantastic every time, because you still attract people, you still make people happy, with your music. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and how do you feel about albums like Chapter 6, for example, or Dactylis Glomerata, especially Chapter 6, when the album came out with Thomas Wikström, uh, all people were, um, let's say, comparing his voice to Messiah's voice, the style of music with the previous one. I mean, it was something different. And how do you feel about these albums right now?
I really like Chapter 6. I think it's a really good record, and people are talking about it now, as something they really like. And I think it's pretty underrated, actually. And Thomas is a great singer. Nothing can ever change that. He's a fucking fantastic singer, and he makes these songs sound really good. I think Chapter 6 is probably a better record than Dactylis Glomerata. I think Dactylis was maybe not ready for release, and uh, maybe I should have worked on it a little bit more. But that's the first sign of going back to basics. So maybe I needed to make that record for CANDLEMASS to start again. So you can see it like that. But I understand if people doesn't like Dactylis Glomerata. It's strange experimental doom record.
Mhm. What was it like to work with Mike Lamott back at that time?
Well, we quite good friends, so it was fun to have him. He wasn't exactly in the band or anything, but we were hanging for a couple of weeks in Stockholm, and it was great. He's a great guy and a great guitar player, as you know. So when I meet Michael, we always have fun. We can share a drink and laugh for an evening. No, he's a great guy.
Yeah, and if I ask you which of your albums do you think is underrated or misunderstood, would it be any of these albums that we mentioned?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Chapter 6 and Dactylis glomerata. Uh, for for some years, I thought that Ancient Dreams was a little bit underrated or misunderstood. Even by me. I wasn't too happy about the recording and the mastering of the record. I actually have tapes of it sounding much better than the finished
Mhm.
product. So the mastering was a total failure of that record. So I wasn't too pleased with it. But after a while, I grew attached to it. And today I think it's pretty cool actually. It's a really heavy record with you know some pretty cool tunes on it. I really like the track Ancient Dreams, for example. I really like that one, and A Cry from the Crypt, and Bearer of Pain. There's a couple of really good songs on it.
Now that you mentioned songs, which are the Candlemas songs uh, from your career that you would put in a time capsule for the future generations to say what's the Candlemas doom metal like?
Well, I think in a time capsule, uh, I think you only need one track on, in it. It's Solitude, of course. So I think that's enough. You don't have to put 3 or 5 or 10 songs in a time capsule. If you put Solitude in there, it's a great representation for Candlemass. I think that's the perfect choice for it.
What still drives you to write and perform music today after 40 years of doom and of heavy metal, and considering the fact that you you still suffer from burnout?
Yeah, yeah, it's chronic. So I will never be 100% from it. So and my diabetes is also skyrocketing right now. But you know, I'm 60 years old, so you get this with age. So it's nothing you can do about it. But I'm still going. I still have fun in music. We still record. There's a new EP out now, the Black Star thing, that's getting pretty good reviews. So I'm very happy about that. So I feel extremely honored that I'm so okay that I still can do this. I can still travel. I can still play live on stage, and we still attract a lot of people. So that's fantastic. So other people might not be able to do this when they're 60, but I still have a bit of health left. So I think I got a couple of good years in me, more. So I will try to make the most of it.
Uh, which one is the biggest achievement for you? To have a Grammy nomination or have Tony Iommi play in that nominated song?
Well, that's a tough question. uh, it was fantastic to have Tony Iommi playing on one of your tracks, Astoralus. Um, and it happened to coincide with the fact that we, were walking down the red carpet in Los Angeles at the Grammy Awards. So I don't know, but if I would choose, I would probably choose Tony Iommi. I'm not an LA person, really, but you know, we did it and we were there and we had fun for a weekend. So why not? But having Tony Iommi to play on one of your tracks, it's something I can live with for the rest of my life with a smile on my face.
Mhm. Speaking about
That's
Tony Iommi and Black Sabbath, I think that most people know that you're an avid Black Sabbath collector.
oh
Which
yeah.
which is the one Black Sabbath item that you don't have and you desperately seek?
Oh fuck! Another really difficult question. Um, shit. There's always stuff that you don't have. But I hear that I have a promo red label record of the first album on Japanese press. It's the red label release. It's a promo. I have that. But people say that it's also a paranoid version with a red label on it. It's a Japanese promo. So that one would be fantastic to have. So maybe next time I come to Japan, I can find it. But they are extremely hard to find and extremely expensive. So so I have to get out and play more so I can buy more vinyl. That's how it is. Yeah.
And what people, I think they don't know that you had a label called Frog House label, Frog House Records.
Yeah,
Back
yeah, yeah. For a while, for a
a
little
while,
while.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember getting some records there. I think it was the Whiz from Candlemass, Red Vinyl. It was a Spiritual Beggars album and a Quill, if I think so. I think I
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
these three records at least from
Yeah, I made 6 releases. One with Zen and one with a band called Brick.
the Brick. Yeah, the Brick.
Yeah, so 6 releases.
Yeah, but you stopped doing that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I did it because I had um, a small some EU money, European Union money for starting a company. But then I think I was getting another contribution from the EU for continuing after a couple of years, but I never got it. So I couldn't afford to still run the label. So
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah, yeah. You have created several side projects during the years. Um, just mentioning your solo band, Crooks, the Doomsday Kingdom, Abstract Algebra, and Avatarium. Um, would you do anything else in the future with any of these projects in any kind, in any form?
I don't think so because I have this chronic fatigue syndrome, and so I can't work that much. So I have to, be with one band, and that is Candlemass. So if I had more energy, maybe I would do, another Crooks album or Doomsday Kingdom record, but I don't. So it's Candlemass for, the whole shebang. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. There has been a myth that you wrote at least a few songs from Ghost's Opus Eponymous album. Is there any hint of truth behind it? Or it's just the fact that you are a great fan of Ghost?
Yeah, yeah, but I was never in the band, and I haven't written any songs for Ghost. But I hear these rumors, every now and then, and uh, here in Sweden, anyway, people really thought I was one of the unnamed ghouls in the band. So people walked up to me, in town and stuff, and asked me, "Yeah, I hear you're one of the unnamed ghouls. Can I have your autograph?" And I said, "No, I'm just Leif Edling. I'm not in Ghost."
Yeah,
Yeah, but we know you're in Ghost.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was funny, and I saw them at the local Tivoli once, or a couple of times actually, called Gröna Lund in Stockholm. and they were playing. And after the gig, people walked up to me and said, "Great show, man." But I wasn't on the stage. I was fucking, enjoying the show from the VIP stands. So I wasn't even on stage. But I had people walking up to me and shaking my hand and patting my back and everything.
Yeah,
So
well, I,
that was funny.
I clearly remember, though many years ago, when we had you with Ghost and Trouble and Lord Vigal and all these bands, this Doom festival that we did, uh, saying to me that just watch, enjoy Ghost now, that they're playing in a club, in a small club, in a club show, because in a few years' time you will only see them in arenas, um, and that was the truth behind that. I mean, you could foresee the future.
Yeah. But that was an easy one. I mean, everybody with ears and half a brain could figure that one out. Ghosts were on the way up, fast.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy for them, and everything that we thought was going to happen with Ghost happened, and Tobias himself, he was foreseeing. He was talking about the future shows and everything, what they would do on stage. And this was when they were supporting us. But everything he said has become true. So he wasn't, fantasizing that everybody does, being in a band. But he was actually, being on, spot on all the time. So hats off and good luck to him.
Hmm.
So
What can
great
you,
band, great band.
hmm what can you tell us about the Crypt, and what's your connection with that band that plays also in a rock art festival in Greece?
I'm not in a band, and I'm not that connected with them. I made the first record. It was just going to be 4 songs at first to a casino site in Malta, but it actually evolved into an album. From this 4 songs that I wrote. So it became 8 songs in the end, or even 9. But I know that the band is going now, and I wish them, all luck, and and we know them. They are cool, really cool people. So I wish them all the best. So hopefully they can have some attention, with the crypto.
Um, if you could give an advice to 18-year-old Leif Edling starting in the music industry right now, with all the experience that you have, what is the one piece of advice you would give him?
Just follow your heart. That's the only thing you can do. Follow your heart, because you know nothing about the business. There are so many, traps and so many crazy people that you will encounter. But if you just follow your heart, it will be fine, one way or the other. But I think I did that. So we had a pretty good career, and I've been following my heart, for 40 years. And here we are, talking about that and this upcoming show with Messiah Marcolin. So, you know, it's been a fucking long ride, a good ride, a roller coaster ride.
Yeah,
But,
but this is what makes it special, the roller coaster.
yeah. If everything was you know, uh, super good all the time, you wouldn't, react. But if you, go up and you go down and you go up and down, makes it more special. You enjoy the good times better than the bad times.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm
So,
I'm just glad that I'm here. Talking to you, being a survivor. A little bit scarred, but still a survivor. After all these years,
yeah,
it's fantastic.
yeah, and um, what does the future hold for Candlemas?
Well, we have this 40-year anniversary coming up now, or we are starting actually. We go to there's a lot of gigs coming up, great gigs. We go to Venezuela in a couple of weeks, and we start there, and then we have 40-year anniversary gigs, all year, and more gigs are being added every week now. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast, and I just hope that my health situation will be able to deal with all the traveling and all the playing. But I hope I can cope with it. I will bring extra medicine, of course, and try to rest as much as I can, and I might be able to pull it off, hopefully. So lots of good things are happening this year, and we take 1 year at a time with Candlemass because we're so old now, and so we cannot make up 5-year or 10-year plans. So it's going to be plans for 1 year, and then we see what happens next year, and then we see what happens after the year after that.
Yeah.
That's how we can do it. That's the only way we can do it.
Thank you very much for this conversation, Leif, and really look forward to seeing you again in Athens in the Rock Art Festival in Greece. I think it's going to be a night to remember.
Yep, 13th of September, I think it was.
Saturday, 13th of September,
Yeah, it will be a blast. I really look forward to it, man.
Everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Thank you.